seeing it. So basically what I would like is we are gonna do the first example together as a group, and then you're gonna do the second example on your own. Okay? Now, I'm gonna do this a little bit backwards. Um, because as soon as you finish with the bottom portion, then you are excused for the night. Okay? So I'm gonna explain our assignments first, and then we're gonna do the activities. Okay? So that way, those of you, as soon as you finish, you don't have to wait. We don't have to wait for an explanation. You can just go ahead and go. Okay? Those of you who are online, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and send me an email of your completed page. Okay? You can attach it to something, or if you want to save it on your computer, and you can upload the attach the file to the chat feature here on Zoom, and that can show me where I can check your work to make sure that you've done the work. Okay, so let's talk about the assignments first. In Canvas, we have the analyzing menu mix homework. Okay, I would recommend that you download this and print it off because then you can actually write on the paper. Okay. This analyzing menu mix homework, if we take a look at it, it's basically going to look just like what we're working on today. Okay. Now, as you write everything on here, when we come to preview the quiz, basically it's going to ask each menu item. The chicken sandwich has a contribution margin. Chicken sandwich has popularity percentage. Okay, it's going to ask you for those two numbers for each item. Now remember, this is what is on the assignment, what's right here on this document, on the assignment instructions. Okay, so please make sure you at least open that up on Excel or print it out so you can handwrite everything. And then you can just go through and fill in the answers on your quiz. Okay.
So scroll back up again. So you got analyze menu homework student copy fall 2020. Is that both the same one?
It's the same one. This one, the first one's an Excel
Oh, okay, yeah.
document.
Excel,
Second
one
one's a
PDF.
PDF.
Okay, got it, got it.
Some people have issues opening Excel documents.
Okay,
Okay.
got it.
So I uploaded on both formats. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
So you're welcome. Contribution margin and popularity of each item that's on the menu. Okay. Then we get to question 17, the average contribution margin. So you're gonna find the average, just like we just did in the previous assignment. Then you're gonna say to be considered very popular, an item must achieve 80% of the average popularity. So that's where we're gonna find that benchmark. Okay, this is your benchmark factor. Then questions 19. You're basically just going to put the category of each item based on the high and low analysis. Okay. And then also you're going to answer the question of the overall food cost percentage. Overall food cost percentage, we're talking about the overall costs and sales. And we're going to do that example on this homework, on this activity in class today. Okay. So that basically is just like one of these, but you're going to be doing more of the popularity percentage and more of the contribution margin. Okay. Any questions about this assignment? Then, if you go to your chapter 4 exam, there we go. Chapter 4 exam, again, I encourage you to download or download and print out your assignment. So that way you can, oh wait, hold on, I can't do PDFs on this computer. Will it let me? Never mind, maybe it will. Okay, so on your quiz, your exam quiz for chapter 4, your exam for chapter 4, there we go. Questions 1 through 9 are multiple choice. Okay. Questions not 1 through 9 are multiple choice questions. Question 10 is where we pick up on the document. So you can see here, question 10, 11, 12, 13. I've numbered them. So again, if you want to print this out, write your answers down, then you can just go to the quiz and type in your answers, okay? Questions 10 through 21. What tool are we going to be using? The triangle tool. Questions 10 through 21, all the triangle, okay? First questions, food cost percentage. Second question, the menu price. Third question is the food cost. That's the triangle for questions 1 through 21. Then question 22, 23, and 24. Again, we're going to do the triangle, but this time it's going to be the overall food cost percentage, not just for one item. Okay? Question 25. If we look on the exam for question 25, it says, what is the popularity benchmark? Okay. So that's what you're going to see right here is that popularity benchmark. I've already done the popularity index for you. Because by this point, you've done your homework, you've done this activity, done enough practice with finding the percentages. Now all I want you to do is be able to analyze. Okay. So you'll find that popularity benchmark. Number 26. What do you think number 26 is? It is the contribution margin average.
Average.
Okay. And then 27 through 40 is just high or low. Okay. Is it high or low? 41 through 47 is just the category. Okay. So it's a 70 question quiz exam, but 32 questions of that is just high or low. Okay. Now, you're going to do it again. Question 48 is the same answer as question 25. Because I've given you that average of 80% and I'm not changing that. It's going to stay the same. Okay. So 48 and 25 are the same answer. Now 26 and 49 are going to change because I've changed things about the menu. So your contribution margin average will change. Okay. And then you're going to reanalyze questions 50 through 70, high and low, and what the category is. Okay. Now, there is a question 71. You are not going to do question 71. The reason why I took question 71 off was because I want you to have instant feedback on your grade and how well you did the assignment. If you have to type in answers, you're not going to get feedback until I grade it. Okay. And so I took question 71 out. It's basically was analyzing the changes. If it went from a plow horse to a star, if it went from a puzzle to a dog, okay? You can do that on your own. I'm not going to grade you on that, okay? Questions about this chapter 4 exam?
It's just one attempt.
That's a good question. Chapter 4 exam. Let's go back. Chapter 4 exam, you have 25 attempts. Okay. So what does that mean? What do I expect?
Good grade.
I expect 100. I expect a good grade, but I expect 100.
Get 100 on the first try.
Not on the first try, but you've got 25 attempts. So if you're doing something, so here's the thing, right? You're learning this process. If you do it once, go back and do it again. Go look at your work, maybe try it again and see if maybe you can find where your error is. Go back and rewatch the videos, okay? If you can't find your error, then either come in during my office hours or set up an appointment. We can get on Zoom. I prefer to meet on Zoom because then I can record the session and send it to you as a little additional tutoring tool for you to utilize, okay? That's why I'm giving you that 25 attempts. It's not so you can go in there and guess, right? Obviously, your high-low, it's a 50-50 shot. But I want you to understand why it's high and low. I don't want you to just go and guess, okay? As you're doing the exam, also keep in mind, I have Canvas to automatically shuffle the answers. So that way, if it's high, it's not always gonna be low and high on every single one. It might switch up a little bit. So make sure you are selecting the right answer, okay? And it's not always going to be star, dog, plow, horse, puzzle. It's gonna switch those up as well, okay? So that's why I recommend that you print your work out and write on it. Then that way you know exactly what you're selecting, okay? Questions about those two assignments? Samantha, did you have your hand up?
Yeah, when we're getting the high and low, we're comparing which two?
For the high and low, we're taking whatever our percentage is, we're gonna compare that to the benchmark. And the contribution margin, we're gonna take that contribution margin item for that number, for that item and compare it to the average. Okay?
Sir, on the,
Yes, Shayla, yes, it will be under the spring 2025 live recorded lectures module. Yes, sir.
the worksheets, we can do our work on the worksheets and we'll just scan it and send it to you? Or do you want it on
On the worksheets for today, I would.
the Excel? The
Yeah,
Excel?
you can scan it and just email it to
Okay.
Yep. All right. So now let's go ahead, let's get into this activity, this worksheet, okay? So this is our menu prior to analyzing it. So now we're gonna take the chance to analyze it, okay? To find our percentage, I've already added all the items up for you. I got 175. Okay, give me a thumbs up if you're following me so far. Okay, we got 175. That's how many total items that we sold. So this 22.9 I got by dividing 40 by the 175. So if I divide 50 by 175, I get 28.6%. Okay, so again, we're going to divide each one of these individual items. We're going to divide 10 by 175. So for those of you who are on Zoom, just watch, and those of you here as well, just watch me as I'm typing in 5 divided by 175, and I get 2.9%. So Excel is doing the math for me. So there are Excel versions of your homework and your quiz that you're welcome to utilize. You still have to type in. If you want Excel to do any kind of math for you or calculate something, you have to start with the equal sign. That's telling Excel, hey, wake up, I want you to do some math. Equals 10 divided by 175, and it's gonna give me 5.75, okay? Now, keep in mind, it may not, I have it formatted for percentages, okay? If it's not formatted for percentage, it's gonna give you that 0.057. You still need to make that into 5.7%, okay? But this particular assignment, I already have it formatted to percentages. Okay, so that is how I find those percentages. Now I want to find my popularity benchmark. To be considered popular, an item must meet 75% of the average, bless you, of the average popularity. So this is where we're going to take that 100, divide by how many items we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We know that 100 divided by 8 is 12.5. And now we want to multiply by 0.75. Give me 10. Okay, so my popularity benchmark is 10. Yeah. Where did I get? Oh, there's 8 items on our menu. So if you wanna make a note on this, that is number 11 on your notes page. You wanna divide 100 by the number of items on the menu. And then we multiply by the factor that's provided. Okay? So then, let's look at our menu mix. Is 22.9%, is that higher or lower than 10?
Higher.
High, good. 14.3%? Good, 8.6? 11.4?
Higher.
Good, 28.6? 5.7? 2.9 and 5.7. So I'm gonna type in those H. Don't have to write the word high or low, just H and L is fine. H and L. Okay, that's the first half of our puzzle. Second half is our contribution margins. Okay. Our contribution margins, remember, equals our menu price minus our cost. $4. Everyone look up at this again one more time. I can do equals 6.25 minus 2.25. It'll give me $4. Okay. But now take a look at this. Equals E8 minus D8 is $4. Best part about that, I go from this fat white cross to the skinny black cross in the corner, click and drag, boom, my math is done for me. Okay, and what Excel does, if you look, it's kind of hard to see, but at the top, at this top function bar,
Mhm.
so I have D8, E8, I have E9, D9, E10 and D10, and E11, D11. So when I click and drag, Excel automatically updates the formula based on the other columns that are next to it. Okay, you still have to know your math, you still have to know the formulas, but this is a way to make it work a lot faster for you. Okay. Average contribution margin. Well, how do we find the average of anything?
Add everything up and divide it by.
Add them all up and divide by the number, right? So when I add all these up, check this out. Excel is amazing. If you don't know Excel, I highly encourage you to look into it. I'm gonna highlight, just click and highlight. When I got the fat white cross, click and highlight. Whatever is highlighted, I look down here at the bottom, it tells me the average is $4.27. It tells me the total sum is $34.18. So Excel will do the work for you. Okay. Average is $4.27. Now, if I added all these up, I would get $34.18. What would I divide $34.18 by in order to get my average?
8.
Divide by 8, and my average is $4.27. So that's what I would put right here, $4.27. And now I can do my contribution margins. Is 550 higher or lower than 427?
Higher.
Higher, good. 367? Lower. 428? Higher by a penny. $4 is lower, 408 is lower, and $5 is higher. Okay? So now we have our highs and lows. I'll give you a moment to get caught up. I know I'm moving a little fast. Now we have our highs and lows. Remember, go by the categories, not line by line. So pick a category. The first one and the best one is high, high and low, low. Okay? High, high because it's the same, and low, low, the same reason it's the same. So high, high is what? What category? Star. Okay? So now I'm gonna go down my list. There are no more stars. Okay. Now I'm gonna do low, low. That is my dog. So that means my BLT and corn dogs are my dogs. Next, let me draw my square. Plow, horse, puzzle, star, dog, contribution margin, popularity. Okay. So now we have low contribution margin, but we have high popularity. So that is our plow horse. So PH. Now, while I have that low high in my head, I'm gonna go down the list. There's a low high right there. There's a low high. Now, the best thing is the last is just a puzzle. Oops. Is just a puzzle. That is our high contribution margin. Oops. With a low popularity is our puzzle. Okay. So now, let's take a look real quick and analyze this menu. I'm going to zoom out just a bit so I can draw a little bit bigger square. Okay. So I've got my square here. My star is my chicken sandwich. Okay. Next, hamburger is a plow horse. Crab cakes is a puzzle. Chili cheeseburger. Bacon cheeseburger. BLT. Corn dogs. And veggie burger is a puzzle. Okay. So looking at this menu analysis, would we get rid of any dogs? Any corn dogs or the BLTs? Would we kick them off our menu? Why, Nabil?
Cause you're making a good amount of money on them.
So we're not making a lot of money, right? They're below the average of our contribution margins. And they
I'd
also
say kids meals and vegan options.
say that one more time, Gabrielle?
Say kids meals and vegan options.
Yeah. Kids meals, kids like corn dogs. When I worked up in Maine in the summertime, I always loved having the 10-year-olds the first week because I could order corn dogs and not be judged for the fact that I love corn dogs and I could eat them all.
Oh, not vegan, but it's BLT. That one.
But the vegans could have the veggie burger for sure on the puzzle
Yes.
side for sure. Yeah. So it's not popular because we're obviously burger place. Okay. So veggie burgers aren't that popular, but if it's a vegan vegetarian option, we want to keep it on our menu. BLT. Why would we not get rid of our BLT?
For the dietitians, for health conscious people.
I don't think BLTs are health conscious with mayo and
Yeah,
bacon.
the bacon is high in sodium.
Oh, come on now, bacon. Everybody
No.
loves it.
You can love it.
I would not use that as a dietary. I would not use that as an excuse to keep it. But why would we not want to get rid of it? What are the ingredients for a BLT?
Bacon, lettuce, and tomato.
Bacon, lettuce, and tomato. What do we
Mayo.
serve in our burgers?
The same thing.
Bacon, lettuce, and
So
tomato.
we don't have any extra ingredients, except maybe it's got to be served on a Texas toast, right? That's the only way to eat a BLT. Okay, so a loaf of Texas toast is the only different ingredient that I have to purchase. So maybe I'm not going to purchase as many loaves because I know it's not popular. Otherwise, the bread will go bad or go stale, right? So again, that helps me with my purchasing of how much I know I need to order. Okay. Crab cakes, they make us a lot of money, but they're not super popular. So maybe people just don't know about it. Maybe we need to have our servers suggestively sell, hey, have you all tried our crab cakes as an appetizer before? You know, if they haven't, then that's an opportunity to talk about it. Okay. So if we want to increase popularity, we want to bring people's attention to those things. If we want to increase profitability, we either have to adjust the menu, adjust the recipe and bring it down, or raise the menu price in order to change that contribution margin. Okay. The last question, everyone look up here, the food cost percentage. This one is our total cost divided by our total sales. See, now this one is not, let me clear my screen. This one is not, this cell is not formatted to percentage. If you want to, and you're in Excel, go up here to where it has the number and the percent sign and just hit percent. I want 1 decimal place. So 31.8% is my, I'm gonna take this total cost divided by this total sales, and that gives me my percentage. Okay? So in a moment, you can do the next page, the next graph right below, the next chart. We're gonna change some menu items. We're gonna change some popularity. Okay? And it's gonna change your menu categories. So on this category change here, if there is no category change, just write the word none. So if from up here to the top, we have all of our categories: star, plow horse, puzzle, plow horse, dog, puzzle. If there's no category change, just write the word none. If there is a category change, you can say this went from a star to a plow horse. Okay? Just star, arrow, whatever the category was, an arrow, whatever the new category is, that is in this column right here. Okay? Once you have that done, come see me. I'll sign off on it and you're good to go for the evening. Next week, we are going to introduce the project. That's during chapter. So we're going to take a break from the textbook for a week. I want to work on introducing the project next week for module number 5. I'm going to stop the recording at this point.